Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium. It is just about summer and it is hotter than heck outside. It's been over 100 every single day. And so I was very excited and a tad bit nervous when I received a wonderful box the other day from a viewer. We had some viewers that contacted us last year and actually asked, they're from Springfield, Missouri, and they said that they were driving through the area and wanted to know if we could possibly do a little meet and greet. I got to meet Roberta and her husband David last May, and since then of course we've been in touch and they've gotten into tarantulas. And so since then, she is a newer keeper. She had two beautiful pairs of animals mature out, and so she asked me if there was any way that I would allow her to send them to me so I could continue raising them and ideally breed them. So I said, of course, absolutely, and I got her box, and so I've already started unpacking it because it was so hot. She's done a beautiful job packing. The box has cool packs, several compartments, and the animals are labeled neatly, so due to the heat, I'm gonna go ahead and unpackage them quickly, and then I'll show you what they look like once they're in their new rehouse. In the arboreal enclosures, I have the two Dolichothele diamantinensis, and they came with names, so I love that. Her name's Mystique. Here is the male, and hopefully you are able to see him. His name is Nightcrawler, and if I'm not mistaken, those were named after X-Men characters, so that's pretty cool. She's raised these up for the last several months to maturity, and so that's pretty exciting. Nightcrawler does definitely look to be a mature male, and Mystique has some good size on her, so I'm hoping that she is also reached an adult stage. So I will be pairing them up pretty soon. Of course, my number one goal was to get them unpacked to make sure they weren't too hot, get them watered. I'll feed them within the next day or two, and pretty soon you should be seeing a pairing video of Diamantinensis, which is pretty awesome because they are an amazing species. Here is the second pair. Here is the male. So this is Neo Holothele ensi, a previously Holothele ensi. His name is Indiana. This is the little girl. Her name's Inara, and maybe Indiana Jones. I'm not sure what the origin of her name is, but beautiful, beautiful animals. If you know anything about this species, you know they are a dwarf species, and yeah, they look great. So I want to commend Roberta, number one, for doing such a great job of raising these animals up, but her packing was amazing, and I don't know that she had ever shipped tarantulas before. If I recall, she was kind of asking some questions about, you know, what to do and how to ship them. Amazing job. And of course, thank you so much for entrusting your very valuable and beautiful and loved animals to me. This hasn't happened in very many circumstances. Usually a breeding loan works where I have one adult pair and don't have the partner to that, and someone will contact me and say, hey, you know, I have a male for your female, or vice versa, and then we split the offspring 50-50. But on occasion, people have adult pairs that they aren't super 100% confident breeding, and so they send them to me, and that's another type of breeding loan, which I enjoy because I get the fun of caring for the animals and the joy of reproducing them, and the keeper then of course gets to reap the benefit of having a lot of offspring, and that's super exciting. As far as this species, they are an opportunistic brewer, and so I did give them a little more substrate than I typically do, and I actually put some cocoa fiber and a little bit of moss and a little bit of bark, so they have some structure to, you know, tunnel and burrow if they want to, especially since this is an adult, hopefully breeding pair. You want them to be in their optimal housing. And I know that this doesn't look very fancy and it's not 100% naturalistic, but in my experience, tarantulas do really prefer a small confined area. And as far as having a hide, I build my rack system to where the rack itself is actually kind of a large hide box, and only the entrance allows for any light or visual of, you know, what's going on in the outside world. And my tarantulas tend to do fairly well with that setup. So overall, I want to thank Roberta for sending me her beautiful animals, and you guys stay tuned for some upcoming breeding videos of the Dolichothele diamantinensis and the Neoholothele insai. Thank you so much to Roberta, and comment below whether or not you think I'll be able to reproduce these species and how soon. Hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you next time.